as strangers. Believe me when I say, loving me is loving danger. Your heart is bound to break. I walk alone in the night, neath the pale moon. Loving's for the fools. Baby, beware of my bite. I'm alone, I'm alone, I'm a lone wolf. 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 I'm a creeping through the shadows in the corners of your mind. I go where the wind blows. I run but I don't hide. I hear the call of the wild, whispering the name. No, I can't be tamed. My heart belongs to the night. I'm alone, I'm alone, I'm a lone wolf. 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 I'm a tucked your way into my heart. Oh, you look at me in ways I never loved. With you I know that this is all, so I don't need to take it slow. If you want me, then I believe that there's a simple remedy. We don't need no miracle, I think we've seen it all, just make the call. I'll come running over. We don't need no miracle, it's unconditional, just make the call, and I'll be yours.
Alrighty, we are back at PixelScope Entertainment presents Valorant Game Jam, and this is day 7, if I'm not wrong. And we're gonna be moving forward with today's match, which is gonna happen between Never Slow Down and Pi. So, what do you have to say about this, Mr. AapKon?
Well, I'm really excited for today, day 7 of our game jam tournament. The first match, which is going to be between Team Never Slow Down versus Pi Esports. This match is going to happen in the map of Bind, which we see as some of the most common pick maps, and in that Team Never Slow Down NSD will be having a chance to defend first, which I think is a crucial advantage for them, and they would definitely want to bring those rounds, bring those factors into their favor for the first half. But with that, all the players seems to be ready. Let's directly get up into the agent selection, and I would really be excited to see here that from the side of both the teams, what are going to be the agent selection here. We are directly into the map right now, and we usually whenever we talk about Bind, we talk about Raze being a very crucial pick as a duelist. So, what are your inputs on that?
Raze is a very important agent when it comes to the map of Bind. However, I feel that there might be a need of Reina as well, which we are seeing picked on both sides. I mean, I see Reina being played really well. It comes to when it comes to Bind, because there are a lot of spots that you can kind of like get kills from, and because those kills are in the corners, it's easy for you to like go with your Empress ultimate and kind of collect all that energy back for you. So
Well,
we have seen Reina being picked on both sides, and Raze is a duelist that attacking team is still deciding on picking. So I would like to know from you, what do you think about the agents that have already been picked up?
Well, from the side of Team NSD, obviously we should be considering that they are defending first, so they need to pick up those sort of agents which which could be really helpful for them to grab the crucial advantage, crucial leads of those rounds in the very first half. But talking about duelists, we can see a Rena as well as a Jet. So obviously Raze is going to be
Select your
missing. From the
agent.
side of Initiative, it's going to be Sova as a commonly picked agent, and it's going to be Cypher as a Sentinel. So it looks quite an amazing pick. Astra, we can finally see, that out of all those brimstones and Omen which you usually used to see at this bind, we are finally seeing an Astra. So I would be really excited to see those retakes when those cosmic divide walls would be in place, and it's really going to be an exciting match. By esports, we do know that at the time of Valorant scrims night, they had just outperformed most of those matches, and I'm really excited for this match for now. The match seems to be begin and introducing you to all the players from the side of Team NSD. It's going to be Kalduzad, Zekrim, Fragger, Senocide, and Cypher. And from the side of Team, attackers who are Pi Esports, it's going to be Lantis, Lost Aim, One Unit, Games Time, and Backers. So the round has begun, and Team NSD never slow down. Are going to be defending at this map, and we can really expect that a pistol
I'm
round could
here.
be a very good
Make it
advantage
count.
in the favor for team defenders, team attackers. I'd rather say, because not only do they have a good agent pick duelist like a Raze as a duelist, and obviously they would want to use those utilities, bringing some damage to the opponent team. And the round is supposed to be started in very 5 seconds right now. The attacking team are already stacked up at the side of B main, so we can expect a B side execution. But on the other hand, B side already Cypher is holding on with all of our utilities, and you can have will spot on two members, but that seems to be a very early intel, a good intel, which I'd rather say very bad nade coming in from the side of Team Five Sports. But all the three players are seem to be spotted right now. One unit coming up for the first blood, and that's really quite good. But Cypher is going to
Spike
directly get
down
into
B.
the round right now. Cypher coming up with an insane 2 kill, and there's where he got a good trigger patience. He was just holding on to that
One enemy
corner of the
remaining.
heaven area, and then he took down those two crucial frags. But there comes the
Last
1v2
player
scenario.
standing.
Fragger is left alone. It's gonna be second, and 1v1 case scenario. The last name is gonna trade him off. The first one going in the favor for Team by Esports, and as we expected that we could really expect a very competitive match from these two teams, which are so equally skill group. It showed us in the very first pistol round that how close that round went in the between those teams.
That's right. We are seeing the teams now going for a new buy, and they all have gone in for Spectres, if I'm not wrong, from the attacking side, with just Lost Aim going with a Ghost still
Checking
in.
the situation.
The defending team has got onto Frenzies, and a Sheriff is one that I see there. So, I mean, there's a really different loadout of guns that's coming in from the defending side right now. What do you think are the benefits of using a sheriff on this map?
Well, I really think that Sheriff is one of those overpowered map. Like if you give a body shot, the most damage being given from a single shot of Sheriff, that even a Vandal and Phantom cannot give. So that is something which Sheriff does has a very good advantage on the revolver. The way it's aimed, and also if you just connect just one headshot, even though you're having an heavy ammo, you will be penetrated with 195 damage. Now that is huge. Dealing with 195 damage is something which is really very good advantage. And in a eco round, it's some of the most picked pistol as well. But with that, we were talking about the Sheriff, and there comes an amazing second round from the side of Pi Esports. A good start in the very start of the round as well. But let's see that the Pi round coming in from the side of Team NSG. How difference does it gonna make for them? Because even after investing Sheriff, we can see that Reyna is not able to get those heavy armor. So that's gonna be really a good crucial moment. But it seems as if Team Pi Esports are not gonna be investing any sort of creds which they have been given extra after winning that round, and we can see an SMG versus rifle round.
That's right, and we are seeing Reyna coming in with a really good game from the attacking side. We just have to see if she's gonna be able to capitalize on that and continue giving us the same amount of kills in this round as well. We are seeing Bakuryu trying to move in. I am sorry if I pronounced that wrong. And there goes an orb absorbed by Raze. Raze is very close to going into her ultimate very soon. There comes a fight between Cypher and Jet, which Cypher has already won, and then Bakuryu has been taken out by the Cypher of the defending side. Both Cyphers have attained a kill, making the scoreboard pretty even for both sides. We are seeing Cypher from the defending side going crazy with that 3k, taking Sova, Cypher and Astra all out. And now it's all left onto Gamer's time. We're gonna have to see if they're gonna be able to make it by themselves.
Well, NSG Freaky here is just so freaking out right now with that use of the Cypher's utilities, bringing back to back not only 1, 2, 3 but 4 kill. That 4k was too huge, and he would have already won that crucial round for his team. But it seems as if Gamer's time is still alive with the server. He did connect the headshot, but there's where Team Pi Sports were having a disadvantage playing against those rifles. Even if you're connecting heads with an SMG, it just gives a damage of 78. Now that's only 52% of the total HP which team defenders were having with those heavy armor. But with that amazing round coming in from the side of Team NSG, never slow down, and we would be really expecting that from the momentum which both the teams are going to be carry forwarding, it's going to be very entertaining for us to watch, and the scoreline would also be quite close, I think.
That's right. We are in a 2-1 situation, and that does let us know that none of the teams are backing down here. They're all up to the mark and trying to get as many rounds in their favor as they can, trying to snatch leads from each other constantly. There goes another round coming in. Jet is already holding inside the window area, and Cypher is trying to push in. The cage is already up there, making the site very fated out for Jet. And there comes a fight. Jet does get taken out, and so does Cypher. Now we are seeing a double kill coming in from the defending Reyna, making it a 3v3 score, kind of balancing the scale for both the teams. However, not to forget, our attacking Reyna still has Empress mode online.
One enemy remaining.
Well, Senelo, what a way to get that 4 kill. Back-to-back 4 kills coming in from each and every member of Team NSG. First, it was Freaky Finn, who was the Cypher of Team Defenders, and now it's gonna be, Sensido. So I'm sorry if I pronounce you wrong, but the gameplay, with these guys are showing it's so amazing to see with that Prime Mandel getting, connecting those 5 crucial headshots, getting 4k, and we can really see that, B-side execution throughout this, buy round. It's really been very unsuccessful for the side of Pi Esports, so they would really, not want to just overcome it again and again going there, because already we can see a 3-man stack up. Team NSG is quite fast and rotating, so any players, single-handedly, sitting down in the B side is taking a 4 kill and securing the round for them.
That's right. We might want to see them switching around and kind of trying to regain the lead that they created when the match started. So that's just something I'm going to expect from NSD. But let's see if they are going to be able to show it up again. Bakuryu has already taken the first blood, and there we're seeing low HP on three of the members from the attacking side. However, the defenders are still kind of trying to go in with full HP on all of their players. We are seeing Senkilo getting taken out already, so we are in a 2v5 situation. It might be a flawless coming up.
But not only a flawless, but the thrifty round, which I'd rather say, because connecting those sheriff, like shots was quite insane. Gamers time will get a vandal in return of the player being taken down. But at the very start of the round, if we see, that was quite an amazing start from the side of team, attackers, which were Pi Sports. They were not having those many, guns to work with against those rifles, but the way they got executed towards the B side, it looked very bad for the side of Team NSG. Obviously, Franga would want to save his, Phantom as well, because it's really going to be very hard for them, because losing a thrifty round is something which we would not want to have at such point of time.
That's right. I mean, you do not want to lose out on your guns when you already know that you're not gonna be able to secure the round. So we did go into a save coming in from Astra, but we are now in the third round. However, Pi has already secured this, so that's a 2-3 score line. We just have to see if it's gonna be a build up on this lead or if it's gonna be an equalizer coming up in this round. We are seeing a lot of ultimates online right now. We have 3 from the defending side and 4 from the attacking side. I mean, that's quite some, like 7 on the board already out of 10. That's a big number.
Well, that is quite a big number, because already 5 rounds already over, and with those ultimates being on, and I really think that they have a very good competitive advantage versus Team NSG. And let's see, because all the players after like getting executed back-to-back 3 rounds towards the side of B, they are finally looking to go aggressive towards the side of A right now. The shock dart looks too good to make sure that they are able to clear those angles, connect those damage. But Cypher seems to be on a very low HP. He just tagged one guy, but Team Pi Esports are really struggling to find those Cypher camps, because it's really just detecting them, and that is one of those advantage. But Siniko coming up with an insane kill on one unit. He already grabs that first blood, and not only the first blood but also numbers advantage. But we can see that Cypher is quite low to HP, and they do not have a single healer. So how crucial could not having a healer really be as a disadvantage for them?
I really feel like right now is a very, like, it is a very toe-to-toe game. People are coming in with constant kills from both the sides and constant wins also coming into both arms.
30 seconds
So I
left.
feel like having a healer could have literally played a very good advantage. However, not having one does not seem to be a disadvantage yet.
Out of charges.
I mean, I feel that the healer could just have been a bonus coming in for them that could like help them retain their man count when it comes to these fights. We are seeing the spike is in place already, and we are in a 2v2 post plant situation with both the attackers with their ultimates online. What do you think the situation looks like right now? Is it gonna be an easy retake?
Well, that's really going to be hard, because they need to make sure that they do not waste so much time for eating. They do not just walk in, but just rush in and make sure, because somewhere down the line it's quite expected that all the players are not just going to be here, sitting down. They will be playing on a post-plant scenario, but the half, diffusion is already been played. One player has been taken down, and it all falls down to Astra alone right now. It's going to be half diffuse, so it's really going to be easy for them. But will he be able to do that retake? No, it's going to be lost. They will take it down. Just single second left. If he could have got a single second more, so obviously that bomb could have been diffused, and when that round would have went in the favor for Team NSG. But with that back-to-back rounds being won from the side of Pi Sports, this is looking quite a pattern right now, because first 2 pistol rounds and a SMG round were being won from the side of Pi Sports, then 2 rounds back-to-back were being won by the Team NSG, and there come Pi Sports again. So this is looking quite good. But now from the side of Team Defenders, after losing 2 crucial rounds, we are seeing that they are going on for a semi-bye round, and that's going to be really crucial, because 6 rounds are already finished right now. You do not want to give away those 6 rounds to your opponent team as well when you're having a defending advantage at this part.
That's right. I mean, you do want to come back out in the in the game and kind of secure more and more rounds for you when you are in the defending side, because this does not seem like a favored map for any of the sides when it comes to the game between teams of such skill level. Because I mean, we are seeing really constant game coming in from both sides. However, the attackers are showing to be in the advantageous side right now. It can fall down any minute. That's what I feel from this point.
Well, that's actually, correct. But on the other hand, we can see an opening blood coming in. Gamer, start is looking quite good right now. And, he's doing the job of the duelist for the side of Team Esports. But, the Sheriff shots are going to come in. None of those X shots are yet connected. So we will be really expecting that. But it's going to be Frago is just struggling his way to, he's just trying to connect. But Gamer Star will definitely take him down. 3v5 scenario already done.
Last player standing.
Finally, a shot being connected. It's going to be Zakrim who will take it down. Sanka's coming up with an amazing headshot kill. Would have gotten a two kill as well, but they did deny a flawless round in a semi baron, which is quite important, which is quite damaging for the economy as well. And with that fifth round coming up for the side of Team Attackers who are by esports.
That's right. We are seeing a huge economy difference coming in from both these sides. I mean, we have no players from the attacking team going below 2,400, while the defending team is as low as 100 and 500 creds. That's quite some damage that has been taken here.
Yeah, like even talking about those ultimates, we do know that only 5 rounds are left, and really, if this is something which a team Pi Sports will just maintain with their thing, so it will be really gonna go in very favor for them at the very first half. We can already see that they're a single round away to make sure that even if they lose all the round after that, it will be minimum of a 6-all scoreline, which could go worse for them after winning a single round. But with that, all the players seem to be executing towards that Belong and Hukka side. It seems as if team never slowed down. Are very very weak on the side of Belong, because we did show that now also both the players were being taken down. And before this, when they were playing a thrift, very what we say a sheriff round, a semi-buy round, then also team attackers were having a good advantage. They just went executed towards the side of Belong, and it seems as if they have spotted that as a weak point for Team NSG, and that is what they are taking as an advantage for them.
That's right. However, I feel that side B is one of the more easily executable ones when you are in the defending side, because there's a lot of places you can kind of keep a watch onto the side from. But I feel like that's something that our team NSD is not being able to capitalize on currently. And there, with the last double kill, Pi lost aim, already took the round for the attacking side. We're not even through with 2/3 of we're actually exactly through with 2/3 of the first half, and we are seeing the attacking side already on the equalizer point.
Well, that's really the case because Team Pi Sports, as we said, that the worst which was go wrong for them from this point of time is that NSG winning all the rounds, and that could also end up at only a 6-all scoreline. So that is pretty much well for the side of Team Attackers. You would really want to grab those advantage, and this could really help Pi Sports in the very second half as well. But with that, now finally we can see that Belong, all the three players are stacked up. It seems as if NSG did spot on their mistake, but on the other hand, it's not a gamer's time. Will get executed. Will get the Calduzat down, and he was one of those main factors for Team NSG. But Cypher on the other hand is going to get 3 kill. He was going on for that 4K, could have waited and played on the retake scenario, but there's when he loses his life. 4v2 का जो advantage था उसको lose किया, and there goes a 2v3 scenario. Team NSG are having quite a good numbers advantage, but can they able to capitalize on this? Because Traveler is on judge. Some of the players are on rotation and do not have very many guns, but back-to-back 2 kill coming in from the judge. We do know that bind a map of narrow angles and street, a judge could be a very overpowered weapon.
That's right. That's the thing I feel about bind as well. Like judges and sheriffs are really the guns to go for when you're on bind. But I still feel like having an SMG doesn't really harm you ever, because that's just a really good recoil control that comes with when you're using the SMGs. However, it seems like we could not discuss much about the retake in the last round. It was pretty easily executed from the defending side. I would like to see more such rounds coming into this game so that we are able to go for a more equal match. What do you feel?
Well, I really think because Team NSG finally are trying to make some setbacks. Cypher is looking so strong at that shower here. He's just trying to deny any sort of execution being made from the side of Pi Sports towards those shower control. But on the other hand, I would really like to talk about Calduzat here, who is still down on a 0 frag right now because he is a jet, and obviously being a jet, being a duelist, you do have those carry those responsibilities to make sure you are being alive for those clutches scenario. Use your storm blades in your advantage to win some thrifty round, and obviously you would want something more than just a zero flag on the scoreboard. So 9 rounds are already over. It seems as if he's really having a bad day, but let's hope that he brings some sort of comeback. He brings some sort of setback, because it's really going to be important for her. And even if he gives his part of contribution, I think Team NSG could really make a comeback from those. He's been given those 3 round leads been given, but here we can see that Rena takes down two back to back. Atlantis is going to obviously trading him off, but we are looking at a 2v2 scenario. It's going to be Sova versus Sova, Astra versus Astra from either sides right now, and all the players did have those ultimates online. The defending Astra has used the Cosmic Divide, but the attacking Astra does have that. And not only that, but Hunter's Fury for both the teams are also online right now. So I'm really expecting that a counter Hunter's Fury could anytime come right now here, and that is really gonna be a very bad thing right now. And Yapra basically already the Hunter's Fury is on, like the diffuser is going on. It's gonna be half diffuse and back-to-back kill coming in from the side of Team Esports. They are gonna eliminate both the players, and without the bomb being getting detonated, the round will be won by an elimination.
That's right. I mean, this is quite something. I mean, you could not have tried to go for the defuse here without having taken the Sova down, because there's a specific spot where you can defuse from, and it just gets nailed down when the Hunter's Fury is already online. I mean, I don't think they had much option, but they knew it was a losing game for them already from the start.
Well, that was really the case. But defending Cosmic Divide being used at a very early stage was, could have been really used for the post-round scenario. But the first blood finally coming here for Celcio, and will be taking the first guy down, will be traded off as well. Zackrum's coming up with a good, SMG kill, as we call that. SMG is some of those, crucial guns which gives you a very zero recoil advantage and that run and gun. But on the other hand, Zackrum is left alone in this suicidal point of the under area. Team attackers have totally rotated and got executed towards that A side. But will they be going towards A side, or is it just a fake? Cypher somewhere on the line, who is responsible for that showers control, is being taken down to 78 HP, and lost him on the other hand will take Calduzar down as well. Calduzar is really having quite a bad day on this defending side, but let's hope that after these 2 rounds and after there is a second half, he does make a setback, because being an attacker, you really need to work together as a team, and obviously should be able to make sure they are winning the 1v1 fights between these teams.
That's right, we are seeing our attackers kind of trailing way too far behind right now. I mean, Astra is trying to push into side B along with the support of Gamer's Time and Sova. This could be their round. They have left. Just got 2 defenders to fight with right now, because the third is far away in side A. There goes Gamer's Time getting taken out by Fragger, and here's another retrack coming in from Sova. We are in a 2v2 situation, and there comes another round of frag and retrack. There goes the first kill coming in from Lost Aim. In the competition of Lost Aim versus Cypher, and Cypher does lose his life to Astra, making it another round for the attackers. We are in a 3-8 situation. Not bad for a startup. We have the last round before the swap. Who do you think is gonna take it?
Well, I really think that with the Byron being seen from the side of Team NSG, there's no sort of point that they are winning this round. And I say this because they are just losing back to back those winnable round as well. Last round was so winnable. Cypher had no there was no hint for Cypher to be at the area, but the jump shot, the jump through the South which was being given from him was quite leak. And in a 1v2 scenario, really Lost Aim played a very crucial advantage. This did took him down, and that makes sure that he is able to secure the 8th round as well. Finally, we are down to the last round of the first half right now. 1 unit is just holding off with those Winders right now. The Astra are looking quite good, but 1 unit will finally take it down. He has been tagged as well. A good Hunter's Fury as well. He can get those intel and also deal with some damage onto the opponent player, but it's going to be Sanosa here getting back to back kill. He would be traded off as well, but we were talking about the round going in the favor for Team Esports, but it seems as if Team NSG are finally making some sort of setback here. Lost Aim is now again in this 1v2 scenario, and that is the same players as well. From the side of NSG, it's again Cypher and Soa. That drone is definitely going to spot him up, and this time Cypher did no mistake in giving that clue, and that is when he secured the this round right now. This could have been the scene in the last round as well, but the sound clue being given them, there was no sort of expectation from Lost Aim.
That's right, we are seeing quite some gameplay coming in from both the sides. We are in a 4-8 situation moving into a role swap, and this is not a bad scoreline. If you think that one of the sides is more advantageous when it comes to the game on this map or to this teams, then this role swap could really turn things around here.
Well, that could really, because we can see that a defending advantage is now being taken from the side of Pi Sports. We really argue that, you think that this is an attack favorable map, and so far this team, that team attackers were able to grab those many rounds. But can NSG do the same is going to be a question here, because they are 4 rounds away right now. 4 players, I mean 3 players are stacked up at the side of Belong right now. They are looking to get just aggressive, but here comes the kill. Initially, 2 kills has been taken from PI Lentis, and not only that, but he is going to grab that numbers advantage. Sansiro, on the other hand, will be just dominating them with the frenzy right now. But a good TP coming in at a very right time to make sure that he doesn't give up his life to make it a 2v2 scenario.
That's right, we are in a 2v3 right now, and there goes first kill coming in from gamers Reina, and that's a 2v2 now. We are seeing Raze being very low on HP, already taking quite some damage. If we are gonna see a game come in here, it should be on the attacking favor. I'm hoping it is on the attacking favor, because right now if they lose, this is gonna become difficult. It
That
could become the
is
choking point.
actually, and with that, having not those so many HP, that's really going to be difficult for all these players to make sure. We can see all the players are literally lower than 51 HP. Sensor could have been taking some damage, but Fragger here coming up with an amazing kill. Game Stam is going to take him down and is going to get that overheal of 150 damage. Now this is huge for him. All she got to do is just connect 2 bullets of Ghosh, and she will be winning the round firstly. And will that be the case? No, because she will instead go for a headshot. Correction. Having those overheal did made a good advantage for them. Even if she was being tanked, she would have at least 45 HP to work with and take the opponent. Duelist down. But I think Team by eSports so far are looking quite good with this, momentum.
That's right. They have continued it towards the role swap as well. The first round has already been pocketed by them, and if the same trend follows that happened in the first half, then I guess they might just win in the next 5 rounds max.
Well, really, but on the other hand, we can see that the sheriff round is coming in from the side of team, attackers as well. They are just going on for that, upgraded pistol so that they bring at least some chance. Because, if they lose this round, it will be just 2 rounds away from getting that match point for Team Esports. But it seems as if Gamer's time, he is just leading the scorecard right now. If we talk about the first bloods, he has the maximum first blood being taken in any sort of round. So far, we have already, seen 13 rounds into this half right now, and this is going to be the 14th round. Can Team Esports, secure it as their round as well, or no, it's going to be a question. But back-to-back 2 kills coming up from back to you, and we can already see 2v5 scenario already. Once again, Team NSG are really not having a good day today.
That's right. I mean, they could have executed much better if their coordination was going on point, like it did in the round when they had Cypher and Sova being the last men standing, where Sova gave the intel, Cypher took the kill. That coordination, if they could execute with that all through the rounds, we would see a much different pace on the game. But like right now, it feels like Pi Esports is gonna be commanding this whole situation. They're already at a 2-digit scoreboard, and we have 410 scoreline.
Really, the lead of 6 rounds is looking quite huge, and it's just increasing and increasing after those initial rounds being won at the very starting stage from the side of Pi Esports. But for now, we can see a very crucial buy coming in. Even after going on the sheriff, it's really going to make them compromise on a heavy armor. They need to choose a short armor if they wish to play along with those rifles. But Kalduzad is here with playing along towards the side of Hookah area right now. He doesn't have any flashes to work with, but obviously again to get out of that area, he connects an ad shot and does die outside. Now this is quite huge. He is going to be stuck touched right now, and that gravity will is going to make sure that he's not getting aggressive. But that judge, on the other hand, of lost him, is going to not just deny that equalizer, but also give a numbers advantage to Pi Esports. Now that was quite a judge criminal play at the Hookah area, and we did see that judge is being so overpowered for the defending side.
That's right, we did see the same thing coming in the first half as well. Those kills were pretty amazing. Judge can be really harmful in this one situation. And we are in a 3v4 count right now. Defenders do have a man advantage, and that is going to play in their favor. I feel like they have been able to capitalize on any advantage they have over the other team all through this map. And if they are able to do that even right now, which they have turned into a 2-man advantage already with that kill from Bakuryu coming on to
30 seconds left.
I guess
Cypher.
Cypher. It was, yeah.
Last
Well,
player
and it
standing.
seems as if
Spike down.
Zachrams does not
Attacker
has
spawn.
that sort of patience to make sure he is rotating. Obviously, he does not have much time, but he was being caught at a very off guard angle. Team Pi Sports seems to be having every
10
intel
seconds
which they
left.
could possibly have. Look at the spread they are playing. One player at the CT side, one player at A side, one player at the spawn. Very like an entry spawn side, but it seems that the Astra is going to get spotted here. Fragga is still holding on this area, but Cypher's not going to get into go aggressive, making sure that he loses that Phantom, and there goes a very hard disadvantage for them. But Fragga being saving that gun, he won't get much sort of creds, just 1,000 creds on top of what he had saved the earliest round, and the 11th round is already up for the side of Team Pi Esports, having just one round away from grabbing that match point, and Team Pi Esports look quite good to go for the qualifiers and for the stages.
That's right. For some reason, even though I felt like they were doing really good as attackers, I feel like their
This goes
defense is
here.
more spot on than their attacking side was, and that's just gonna make it more and more difficult for the team NSD to even crawl their way up onto an equalizer.
Well, let's hope right now that could we see a very good comeback on, because even though after losing that bye round, that was quite a big defeat for the side of Pi Esports is dominating,
Cutting
but
their
it's gonna be
vision.
gamers time earlier again. That we were talking about his first judge being taken, him being an entry fragger, and that is something which he is living up to, is playing up to right now. But Sentino on the other hand is gonna get that Impress ultimate online. That's gonna be very overpowered because he would really want to get those crucial fragger counter Impress ultimate as well for this retake. Now that's going to be really interesting to see that which team, which arena is going to make sure they are able to grab that round towards the favor of their team. 11-4 is the scoreline right now. 2v1 का scenario already हो चुका
Player
है.
standing.
First kill was being taken down from Sentinel. It's going to be Fragger
One
giving that
enemy
triple pick,
remaining.
deny any sort of thing, but it's going to be Lantis doing a 3 kill. Wait, what did he just did right now? 1v3 clutch in this tournament is just so amazing to see. And that was in Team NSD. Reina was having that Impress ultimate online, but I think Team Pi Esports is playing on another level for today.
That's
Match
right.
point.
I mean, this round they made it look so easy. Even after losing, everyone Soa just walks in as if nothing happened. He's like, "Oh, I still have four more people standing, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take all of these fights by myself without any cover coming in." And oh my God, did he execute on that? Oof! I cannot believe we're seeing this happen.
Well, I'm really, amazed here by the gameplay of all the players from the side of, Team Pi Sports. Not only a single player, but each and every player contributing to the best which they could. But an Astra, Cosmic Divide could be seen at a very early round, because they are trying to, just place that at such an angle where all the players will be having enough time to get executed. But Cypher here is holding on with a Bulldog. That Bulldog is really going to be difficult to play with those rifles. And the Cosmic, I mean, the, Gravity Well is just, making sure that all the use of utilities are not being, make sure they are given an entry. But the shock that coming very, fast here. Lindis is just, such a smoke criminal. He just, spots a guy and makes sure that he is able to deal with some damage. But it's gonna be one unit getting back-to-back 2 kills, and that's Koi dude, because he's gonna get that third kill. And this is gonna be the time where it all falls down to Rena and Astra alone to make sure that they are able to clutch this 2v5 scenario. And also, if they wanna come back, so that's a must-win round for them.
Last player standing.
That's right. I mean, they cannot go lose on this, but
Defenders
they
win.
did, and we are seeing 2 kills coming in from Raze and Sova from the side of defenders. They did deny a flawless round, but it does not even matter anymore because the whole map has been won by Team Pi Esports with no sweat at all. How impressive has this been? Oh my goodness! I cannot believe we saw this happen. Like I am very very impressed by Lantis and one unit. Sorry, Lentis and Freaky Focus both were playing Cypher. Okay, don't blame me for this, but yeah, it was an amazing gameplay from the Cypher of NSD and the Sova of Pi. Really, really well executed. However, not gonna deny that both the Reynas did come up to the first two people on the chart as top fraggers. So that's definitely there. But yeah, I mean, God, am I impressed. This was such an amazing game. It was pretty quick, but it did give me
Yeah.
all the goosebumps that a match could.
Well, that did, because in the very start of the match, we did saw that, we were seeing a bit of an equalizer round. We were seeing that Team NSG is giving a good fight, even though being at a defender side. But after that, I'm really now, convinced from you that obviously the bind map looks quite a, attack-sided map. Amazing round coming in back to back from the side of Team Pi Sports and Gamers Champ. अगर हम यहाँ पे बात करें, grabbing an AC as the average combat score of 342 damage, that is quite huge, and that was quite punishable for Team NSG, and having four first bloods. Now, first blood is something which we really talk because, it really gives you a very crucial advantage over those very start of the round. So that was overall an exciting match. And, with that, Team Pi Esports are going to be, like qualified for our further qualifiers. It was a very sad eliminators for the side of Team NSG, but let's hope that they do come back stronger. But with that, we are finally here with the last match of today, which is going to happen between Team Lethal Esports versus Team Ashes. Both are amazing underdog teams, and we could be witnessing an amazing, domination being seen from the side of Lethal Esports. So with that, we will be taking a very short break. Thank you all the ladies and gentlemen for joining in to the PixelScope Entertainment. You are seeing the Game Jam Valorant being presented from PixelScope, and we here are Aahna and AapKon. And with that, Aahna, you can say the last word for the Be Right Back.
Yeah, I mean, just like, comment, share, and subscribe. However, do join our Discord servers as well, because you will be getting all the notifications about every other game, including Valorant, on there. So just tune in with us, and you can always come and talk to us about whatever you feel regarding the whole execution. And we'll see you on the other side.
I'm not the girl that I used to be. Sometimes I'm more than words. I'm beyond what I once was. I don't believe in love. Hey, hey. If I want something, I got it. Hey, hey. Oh, baby, I need love me. Hey, hey. Cause your love, I cannot buy it. Wasn't real with you, boy. Real, wasn't real with you, boy. You won't give me too much chances. I don't care if I am fancy brighter. Yeah, yeah, oh boy, I'm telling goodbye, I'm telling goodbye. Yeah, oh boy, I'm telling goodbye, I'm telling goodbye. I'm not the girl that I used to be. Sometimes I'm more than words. I'm beyond what I once was. I don't believe in love. Hey, hey. If I want something, I got it. Hey, hey. Oh, baby, I need love me. Hey, hey. Cause your love, I cannot buy it. Wasn't real with you, boy. Real, wasn't real with you, boy. You won't give me too much chances. I don't care if I am fancy brighter. Yeah, yeah, oh boy, I'm telling goodbye, I'm telling goodbye. Yeah, oh boy, I'm telling goodbye, I'm telling goodbye.
Showing off, don't wanna have to wait tonight. Better off, I'm gonna find my way tonight. Won't you talk to me? I wanna heal your sorrow. Won't you talk to me? We'll make a new tomorrow. Won't you talk to me? What makes this happy faster? Showing off, don't wanna have to wait tonight. Better off, I'm gonna find my way tonight. Won't you talk to me? I wanna heal your sorrow. Won't you talk to me? We'll make a new tomorrow. Won't you talk to me? What makes this happy faster? mortals have awakened the gods of old. We rise from our slumber to reveal our true power. Focus fire. Now to strike. These mortals have awakened the gods of old. We rise from our slumber to reveal our true power. Focus fire. Now to strike. it's all lies in hindsight. And as I lay here in the street, I see what I need. I need escape from this debris. it tasted like those cigarettes. Staring at the moon, we'd go to bed in my arms. You're safe and sound without a threat, and I can't wait to see what happens next. How far can we get if we sail a little bit high, a little bit low? How far can we get if we sail a little bit high, a little bit low? We're still a little bit young, but I'm all in. We're still a little bit dumb, but I'm all in. We're still a little bit young, but I'm all in. We're still a little bit dumb, but I'm all in. Don't know any roads that lead us back home, and I don't know any roads that lead us back home. Our lips, it tasted like those cigarettes. Staring at the moon, we'd go to bed in my arms. You're safe and sound without a threat, and I can't wait to see what happens next. How far can we get if we sail a little bit high, a little bit low? How far can we get if we sail a little bit high, a little bit low? We're still a little bit young, but I'm all in. We're still a little bit dumb, but I'm all in. We're still a little bit young, but I'm all in. We're still a little bit dumb, but I'm all in. If we sail a little bit high, a little bit low, a little bit high, a little bit low, a little bit high, a little bit low, a little bit high, a little bit low. I don't know any roads that lead us back home, and I don't know any roads that lead us back home. How far can we?
Hello and welcome to day 7 of Game Game Jam Valorant presented by PixelScope Entertainment. We are way too excited. You can already see it on our faces for the next match, and that's just making me lose my mind. So I'm just gonna hand it over to my co-caster AapKon.
Well, definitely, this is going to be the last match for today, day 7, of our game jam Valorant, and it's going to be between Team Ashes versus the Lethal Esports. Now, that's going to be really exciting because it's happening finally at the map of Ascent, the Dust 2 of Valorant, which is, one of the most common pick map. We would really be seeing that, those attack advantage can, Team Lethal Esports take in their favor, and obviously, Ashes would want to take those mid control to bring those crucial fights and round into their favor to make sure they are being seen some comeback. But talking about these all things, let's directly get into the agent selection for now, and let's see that what are these teams going to select as an agent pick, and it's really going to be exciting. I would really like to hear it from you that what are your predictions, as a agent, what sort of picks can we expect from either of the teams?
I mean, there's definitely gonna be a Jet this time. I mean, it's
Yeah,
Ascent. You wanna use the operator, and there's nobody better than a Jet to go for it. I am expecting a Killjoy because Site B is completely single person oriented. You can actually hold the whole site by yourself, even if you're alone. So definitely gonna expect a Killjoy. Gonna expect Reina because, well, again, we do have some very narrow angles where she can take
yeah,
her kills and kind of go for using all the HP added to her bar. And
yes.
I don't know, we might see Omen or Cypher, one of the two at least. I'm not
Well,
sure which one our teams are gonna go for, but kind of makes a balanced move anyways. I want to see a Viper coming in Ascent. However, I have never seen that before. That's just me being hopeful.
But really, as a controller, Owen seems to be quite a good, a perfect agent, to make sure that he is able to give those dark clouds. The Paranoma, utility from the side of, Omen is quite advantageous because it really blinds the, many players in the range and is one of the most paranoid, blind which, any agent could have. But with that, it seems to be as if our players are having some sort of, issue with the game. It seems as if, the game is going to get updated. So obviously, our fellow, admins would want to make sure that they do have are like having talks with the players and making sure that there's no sort of update coming in, so that would could really be very disadvantageous. But let's hope for us to get into the agent selection. But before that happens, really thank you all the viewers for tuning into the PixelScope Entertainment. This is the Game Jam Valorant, and you are looking at the final match for today, which is going to be like not the grand final, but obviously the last match for today, which is happening between Team Lethal Esports versus Asus. The map has begun, and it's going to be battle between these teams in the map of Ace. And we can see from the side of Lethal Esports, it's going to be Recti Rowdy, Fishy Bubby, YR21, Leel, Frank, and obviously Frozen.
That's right. And from the attacking side, from Team Aces, we're gonna see Fiery, Pepper, Blink, Sugand, and Nasi. So that's quite some names, man. That's quite some names.
Well, that is actually quite some name, but with that, we can see an Astra has been picked as a controller, in the side of Ashes. So that is really going to be exciting to see. We are seeing from the side of defenders as well. So it seems as if we are having a good Astra meta here. In this match before also, we saw other than Brimstone, Viper, and Omen, we saw Astra in play, and that's going to be really advantageous to them as a duelist. As you said, you can expect Jet to be mainly as a duelist, and Recti Rowdy will be going on Phoenix. Now, Phoenix is one of those overpowered agents, but really I love playing with as well because he does has those many utilities to work with for his favor as well and for his teams as well. And from the side of team attackers also, we can see a duelist of Jet and
Choose
Phoenix,
your
quite
agent.
equal pick coming up from either side of the team, and that's going to be really like exciting to see that which team is going to be the one who will be beating the other team before the first half ends.
That's right. We might just see some really toe-to-toe game coming in, even during the first half. Because, however, you do feel that there's gonna be a capitalization that can be done on the attacking side. I still feel that with the lineup we're seeing already, we might be able to see some really equalizing gameplay coming in from the defense as well.
Well, definitely, and obviously, we would want to make sure that team, attackers are bringing some rounds in table as well for themselves, because we do know it's on defense-sided map. Team Lethal Esports, if they are defending first, we do know how dominating it could be for Team Ashes. But I'm watching Team Ashes first time, so really have high expectations from them as well. But from the side of Team Lethal Esports, Frozen will be setting up all of his utilities at the side of B right now. And B side execution, whenever your opponent team is having a killjoy, that's quite a very difficult scenario because the damage is quite low. But the way it lowers your momentum, that's really difficult sometimes to get executed being an attacker.
That's right. Schizo in chat says, "Hey, I'm not that late, am I?" And no, you're not at all. Welcome to the stream. It's better late than never. And we'll go back into the game. The round has already started. We are seeing the attackers going for a divided push. I mean, I would be expecting the attackers to go all concentrated into one side, but it seems like they're going to be taking control of A by going in from A as well as mid in divided portions. That is a good strat. We are seeing a 4-4 equalized man count on both the teams, with a equalizer coming in from the defense side.
Well, definitely, and with that, we can obviously see that Shungard is just hoping to go get back to that catwalk area and rejoin his team. Make sure they get a side execution towards that side of A right now, but it's gonna be Blink who will take down Fishy Webby. He was down to very low HP, but Frank Kills, being that smoke criminal, did wanted to connect those headshots, but we are seeing at a post-plant scenario, Ashes have planted that spike at the side of A, and we will be seeing a retake coming in with a numbers advantage going towards the favor for attackers.
Turret out.
That's right. We are seeing the attackers have a man advantage, as well as the turret is placed pretty right in the right position. There goes another kill, making it an equalizer for both the teams. Both killjoys are kind of like trying to face it off. However, the defending killjoy wins the fight. The diffuse is going in halfway done, and they are gonna have time to fall back. But the attackers do get 2 kills back to back. And then the third, making it the attackers round. That diffuse was on point but could not go through for the full extent, and that is very disheartening.
Well, that was, quite a doable retake for the side of Team Lethal Esports. They went on for that half defusal. He could have stick, but somewhere down the line, he did know a clue that he's been rushed and he could have been taken down. A well-tried round as well, but on the other hand, it's gonna be Team Ases securing that first round, and we would want to see that are we gonna see a thrifty round or not? Because all the 5 players seem to be stacked up at the side of B, and B side is where all the attackers are trying to execute.
That's right, we are seeing a push going on towards B with no defenders in A either. I mean, all our defenders are stacked in B as well, and there's gonna be quite a game that is gonna depend completely on gunfight. And we are seeing defenders kind of capitalizing on that man count advantage that they have already created. Now, finally, the attackers are trying to move in from the middle towards the rotation and kind of like push towards A, falling back from B. The defenders, however, have not sniffed this off yet and are still trying to peek in slowly and gradually. There's a turret that's already in place that might give up information about the push.
Well, definitely, and with that, not only that, but they would obviously want to make sure that they are able to retrieve those SMGs being taken down with those classic pistols. A good team effort as well, but 3 players are down to quite a low single-digit HP as well, and that's going to be really difficult for Team Lethal Esports to make sure that they are doing this retake. But it's going to be Bink who is holding on this, under heaven area. If the retake is possible, that's going to be really difficult. Recti Rowdy taking down with that classic pistol. What is Team Ashes even doing? This is going to be such a big blunder that with those classic pistols, they are going to be losing. But finally, back-to-back kills coming in, and it's going to be, Freddy who is down right now. He is up with that 3 kill, but finally a 1v1 scenario. Recti Rowdy is having that Iris with him right now. But I think the spawn grenades are on lineup. They do not believe that Recti Rowdy might be sticking the plant with, but it's going to be a good jiggle peek coming in. He is just trying to spray down. Does he has enough time to go on for that diffusal? Because but it's got to be Freddy doing the job and avoiding those sort of blunder which could have been seen as a thrifty round, and is going to grab that 4 kill for himself.
That's right, a really amazing game sense coming inside from the Team Aces by Fairy. I mean, Fairy was so on point with that peak. Like, he did give enough time for Phoenix to feel like he could go for a full defuse, but then went in at the exact spot to kind of take the kill at the right time. That was a really commendable clutch.
That was, and with that we can see that Team Lethal Esports will be finally having a buy round into their favor. So we need to see that, are they able to defend this buy round for themselves or no? Because back-to-back throwdowns, G2K Team Ases are on a winning, a consecutive streak right now. But there are going to be 3 players already stacked up at the side of B right now. If these players look to get executed, it's really going to be very hard for them. But it's going to be Wire21 who will take down the first blood. Nasty has been taken down as well. And obviously, it's going to be a numbers advantage for Team Lethal Esports at the start of this round.
That's right. We are seeing Team Lethal Esports trying to, kind of make their way in here, but I mean, I gotta see this because this has happened before. We have seen Team Lethal Esports in man advantage and still Aces kind of takes the round. This one, however, seems like one that could be a game changer for both the teams. With
Will
something
that
more heavy coming in from the defense side, we see their gadgets are all like their utilities are all equipped completely rightly positioned towards site A. However, the attackers seem to be going towards B. There goes another kill coming in from Pepper, making it a 4v2
Placing
with
swarm
a
grenade.
man disadvantage
grenade
coming
out.
closer in.
Well, definitely. And
30
with that,
seconds left.
4v2 का scenario हो चुका है. Team, attackers are down to just 2 members, but the ultimate looks online for them. Mid control is something which, team defenders are just, ignoring. They are just, trying to just close down that door and, want to play to make sure that they are securing those CT aggression. But with only 13 seconds left, team defenders have
10
already
seconds
lost the
left.
round. They do not have any sort of time to get executed towards any side, and they would probably want to save these vandals. And, rifles been retrieved. Killjoy is down to quite a low HP, so she would not want to overcome it to any sort of 1v1 fights. And I think finally the first point coming in board for Team Lethal Esports.
That's right. We are in a 1-2 scoreboard situation. None of the teams sounds to be like,
Can I
in
get
the
this?
heavier advantage right now. They both are showing us good gameplay, and even with a broken economy, we did see Lethal Esports trying to make a comeback, and they could
Right
really
there.
do it if they tried hard enough. So we're just gonna have to see for a couple more rounds and then decide on whether this is gonna be a toe-to-toe or a one-sided match.
Well, that's definitely the case. But with that, Pepper is gonna give that recon that 2 players are gonna get spotted, and
Get out of my
YR21
way.
is just holding on that mid area. Finally, a mid presence being seen here from the side of team defenders, and that's when they are gonna capitalize that control. They are gonna get that first kill towards Team Ashes, and it's gonna be a numbers advantage going in the favor for Lethal Esports. They do have those double ultimates online for both both the duelists who are who are the Jet and obviously Phoenix with those running back. So that's really gonna give them a good advantage in case anything goes wrong for them, and they would really want to bring those ultimates online. But for now, all the players seem to be stacked up at the side of A main. They are just looking to get or execute, but they do not have a healer, so healing could be really a big problem for them. Killjoy is up with all of this utility, so that's gonna be another thing that they would be concerned about. But on the other side, we can see that Killjoy from the side of team attackers are playing on a lurk. YR21 coming up with an insane kill, but he will be traded off with Nash 4v3 का scenario already हो चुका है, and Frozen is trapped inside that heaven area.
That's right, we are seeing a 4v2
30 seconds
situation
left.
with the attackers at a disadvantage of man count. Lethal Esports is trying to crawl their way back up. Killjoy there goes with a really cool double kill in the end, making it around for the defenders. However, Nasty did try to get one person off the board, but that was not enough in a 1v4 situation. So there it went with 3 people alive on defense, completely around, going towards Lethal Esports, making it a 2-2 scoreboard. Here's a nullifier, and we are moving forward as if we were on square one.
Well, definitely, 2 all का score line हो चुका है. We are seeing at an equalizer, but from here it's really gonna be a question that Team Ashes did show a good domination at the very start of the match, but there's something that when the buy round came from the side of Lethal Esports, we saw none of those first bloods coming in, none of those advantage going in their favor. So that is really gonna be a question that will they be able to get some rounds in their favor, or is it gonna be Lethal Esports who just got their buy round, so they would want to make sure that they are giving all the advantage. But for now, the run for ultimate is online from either of the sides, and Namran is also in place right now. Back-to-back kills coming in, and all the players seems to be just getting dominated here at this B main lobby. But look at Sova here. He's being that criminal right now, holding off that angle. He know that he could have been detained, so without being detained, he did went for an aggression, took down one guy, and was being traded off as well. So we are looking at a true 2v3 scenario. Killjoy would obviously want to plan the spike, and this looks quite a undoable retake because they do not have those numbers advantage.
That's right. Not only do they lack the numbers advantage, but they also lack the availability of the best peaking spots, because the best peaking spot in this site is is the place behind the plant where you have like both these doors to kind of peek through. That place has already been taken in by Astra from the attacking side, so it doesn't feel like they're gonna be able to retake this situation.
Concealment.
Well,
Pulling
Fishy
them
will be
in.
giving
One
you a
enemy
very good,
remaining.
like
Last
cover
player
towards his
standing.
teammate, but it's going to be a 1v1 scenario. It's going to be Fishy Bobby versus
Defusing.
Fini. Does he has enough time to defuse the spike right now? For somewhere on the line, that was a well played round. Obviously, we should say
We
that Fishy
defend
Bobby
this
in the very
spaces.
start of that retake
We
scenario, he did
defend
not
this
have the numbers
reality.
advantage. Killjoy was being flashed off, but the way he gave her a cover and made sure that it is a 2-all scenario, that was quite a amazing gameplay from the side of Fishy Bobby. And that's when Lethal Esports is not just going to equalize the scoreline, but also get the lead right now. After 5 rounds, we are looking at a 3-2
Turret
scoreline.
out.
This looks quite competitive, but really, as I
Let's
said, that
unite.
after the first buy round came from the side of Team Lethal Esports, none of the round, and not only rounds, but also none of these
I'll
dominance is
clip
being
that
seen
jet
from
swing.
the side of Team Ashes.
That's right. I am quite confused as to what is
I
happening. We
dropped the
did
spike.
not feel like that was a retakeable situation. However, we saw it happen right in front of our eyes. I don't think Lethal Esports is gonna give up as easily, and it's quite gonna be a fight coming in from their side further from here. I feel like they're kind of like just warming up to the match right now.
They would, and on the other hand, we could really see that from the side of defenders, they are just making sure they are getting that mid control.
I'm going
They do
up.
not want to make sure that they would want to make sure that they do not give attackers those sort of mid controls, those scurvy controls at the mid courtyard, to make sure that they are having enough room to get executed towards a mid to B play or a mid to A
Yikes.
play. Other than that, YI1 is going to get spotted out. He will obviously get, but will be taken down as well. We are looking at a
Spike
very
down mid.
economically pistol upgrade round only from the side of Ashes, but it seems as if they have got a good advantage. They do not have those armors, so that's really going to be a very big problem to play against in heavy armor. Obviously, they will retrieve those guns, and with the numbers advantage we mean, they would want to regroup and get executed towards the side. Because if only two defenders are alive, both the defenders
30
would be
seconds
defending
left.
either side. So if all the three players get executed towards the side, max you can expect is just a single player to be there, and that is where Team Ashes could really capitalize on this advantage which they created. We can expect a 50 round, but it seems
One
as if
enemy
Astra will be
remaining.
spotted here. She will be taken down as well, and the Hunters really looks good. He does connect one player. He does
Spike
takes out a
down
player as well
A.
to
10
make
seconds
sure that
left.
he is able to delay that post plant
Spike
scenario. But
planted.
finally, the spike is going to get planted. Frank is down to a 1v2 scenario. He has a full armor, and he will be playing against those players who are having short armor and bit of damaged health.
That's right. It feels like Frank can easily take this round back, but we just have to see if the attacking team is gonna be able to hold off to the plan they have already
Scanning
executed. I
ahead.
mean, you do not want to give this up, so I want to see all the action coming in from their side. This could become an equalizer if they are able to execute right.
Well, with that time
One
being,
enemy remaining.
utilized, I think that really that was quite a round that did went in the favor of Ashes. Frank did took down one guy, but it's going to be a double peak coming in, being taking him down. And as you said, that we could expect an equalizer, and that equalizer is your amazing round played from the side of Team Ashes. We were really expecting a 50 round either, but the way there was some semi investment, the semi buys that really
Here.
gave them a very crucial edge,
A
and with
sentry.
that thing they did capitalized on it, made a 3-all scoreline, and after that we are finally done with the first 6 rounds, and we will be done for the final 6 round before the first half ends.
That's right. We might be able to see that very soon. We are
Well,
seeing the
they
chat going going very equally on both sides of the team, and that's something we're seeing for the first time. Generally we see one team's players kind of boosting them up a lot, and the other team just waiting and watching for the match.
Definitely, and with that from the side of Lethal Esports, look at this ultimate being online, the Cosmic Divide, Stormblades, as well as the Lockdown. And from the side of Team Attackers, it's only going to be an Hunter's Fury, which could help them to play on a post-plan scenario, thinking that they are on a very defense-sided map right now. So finally, an equal fight could be seen. All the B side players are stacked into this B main side. So this is going to be really challenging for them to get executed. And obviously, Killjoy, first time I'm seeing that she's playing at the side of A right now, which is quite a different a scene which we usually don't see as a Killjoy from any team playing in a defense sided this ASIN.
That's right. That's quite some new things we're gonna be seeing here, and
Right
I
here.
am expecting to see that because both these teams are kind of giving each other an equal fight. So I don't think that we're gonna see like the OG
Nowhere to run.
um, normal strats that are played every single time. We're probably gonna find some really different gameplays coming in.
Definitely, and the first blood going in the favor for Team Attackers. The Hunter's Fury, was being used at a very early stage to make sure that he is able to, make some sort of, numbers advantage for his team while getting executed towards the side of the Fixtures seems to be playing on a lurk. No, that is going to be very huge, but it seems as if mid fight is going to happen, and that's where, we are going to see a post plan scenario. Team Ashes take a very, good, the
Revealing
execution
area.
towards the side, and this is really challenging for Team, Lethal Esports for retail.
That's right. We are in a very tight situation. There's a man advantage, like two-man advantage in the attacking side, and they also have the Hunter's Fury Guide coming into play. I wish no, not coming into play. But we are seeing quite some game coming in from the side of attacking team, that is Team Aces, while Lethal Esports is still deciding on whether to push in or not because they don't seem like they're budging much.
Definitely, and with that, Frozen coming up with an insane kill onto the
Player
clone
standing.
killshot. Now, Team Ashes know that there's no gonna be a retake, but actually they would want to go on a exit frag strat. They did eliminated 3 players, denying those flawless round, and with that, they will be eliminated. Amazing 4-3 scoreline. Team Ashes are looking quite dominating in this map of ASIM, that too while attacking, and that is something which Team Lethal Esports are just not able to stop right now.
That's right. It feels like Team Lethal Esports is trying to still crawl their way back in while the other team is just making it look so easy. It seems like Aces is not even breaking a sweat when it comes to their gameplay. Maybe this is just because this map is a little more tilted towards the side of attackers, or maybe it is because Aces just has a better gameplay in mind.
Well, with that, we can see that team defenders are totally getting aggressive towards that side of the mid, and would want to make sure they are taking that mid control. The mid aggression being seen here is quite strained, but it's gonna be YR1 who will be taking damage of 42 HP. So quite bad for, but even after that, she will
Joke's
definitely
over.
get
You're
those
dead.
crucial kills. The run it back ultimate is online, and this is just because all the players are now holding on to the side of the spawn area. So that's quite a big backstab coming in from Southern. Esports 4 players are on a backstab. Astra will take down a single guy, and we are looking at a 45 retake scenario with all the defenders, seeking for
One
backstab.
enemy remaining.
That's right. We are seeing all of them trying to crawl their way in from the back, but they all get taken out by one person each, and we see another round going in the favor of Team Aces, making it a 2-round lead in the side of Aces, making it 3-5 scoreline right now. We are in such a you know toe-to-toe match right now. It seems like we have dipped our toes into some really competitive game.
Definitely, and we were really expecting that Team Lethal Esports
Checking the
could be
situation.
really looking quite good in this map, because we do know that they do lag, they do gain a good experience, they do know how to play those crucial competitive match. But with that, we are seeing that Team Ashes are really giving them a good gameplay right now. They are just performing out of the box right now, and with that, we are seeing that all the players are just getting executed towards that mid side, taking the mid control and gathering all the intel to make sure they are clearing those angles if they wish to get executed towards the catwalk area. Pepper will be holding off his vandal, and on the side of mid, only Frank will be up with that SOA agent and some utilities to work with to get some intel.
That's right. We are seeing all of our attackers being concentrated towards the site of B, which they have shown a lot of execution power at. I'm not doubting that they're gonna be going for a plant into B, but I feel that the defenders this time have deployed their abilities a little bit more strategically than they did the last time.
Alarm bot
And with
out.
that, we can obviously see that two
Calling
alternates are
my
also
bot.
online for the side of defenders.
Placing swarm
So it's going to be
grenade. Swarm
lockdown
grenade
and the
out.
cosmic divide. We can see that all the players are trying to get executed towards B side. And what this team Lethal Esports is doing is they're not just playing onto the
30
side.
seconds
They
left.
are always playing on a retake, which is giving team attackers a very good advantage to easily play on a post-match scenario. And all the objectives they're left
Spike
with
planted.
is just to defend it by each and every 2 players looking at a single angle.
That's right, and I mean you do not want to play on a retake scenario, at least when the team are going on constantly executing on side B, because Ascent does
Last player
not give you
standing.
a very
One enemy
flexible
remaining.
retake on site beats. It's very punishable to let people go in with that side, and that's exactly what we're seeing happening here. Like a 3-round lead already in the pocket of Aces, making it a 3-6 score, while we're already just again 3 rounds away from the roll swap.
Well, I would really like to know because the way they use their ultimate, there was a lockdown being initiated, but with lack of team coordination, all the players just was going aggressive, taking this crucial 1v1 fight and losing them, giving the opponent a good advantage. And even after that lockdown was being initiated, there came a good like aggression from the side of attackers to not only get trapped in that lockdown range, but also take down the all the eliminate all the players as well. So that was quite a good gameplay from the side of Ashes. But with that, we are seeing at the final 3 rounds of the first half right now. I would really be asking you that what scoreline do you predict from this momentum which are we seeing from the side of Team Ashes?
I think we might go for an 8-4. That's what I feel. I'm not completely gonna be relying on it because we are seeing back and forth coming in from both sides. But yeah, I'm thinking of an 8-4.
Out of charges.
Well, the Diamondback Ultimate is finally online right now, but
Spike down,
White
B.
F for 21 doing a good kill there. He did not just take down the Diamondback Ultimate, but also took down one of the players to make sure he is able to equalize that numbers advantage, which was lost at a very early stage. For now, we are seeing only a cosmic divide ultimate from both sides of the teams online right now, and again, Team Ashes are trying to get executed towards the side of B right now, where already one of the players are holding on.
That's right. We are seeing
One enemy remaining.
R21
30
trying
seconds
to
left.
hold into
Spike
side
down,
B and
B.
does take 2 kills off the board, making it a 2v1. Finally, the defenders are kind of trying to be able to hold on to side B. There goes an ace coming in from Wire 2-1. That was quite a very nasty spot to hold on to from side B. This was quite like a bamboozle coming in for the attacking team because they probably weren't expecting the team to hold B side completely because that's not happened before in today's tournament, right?
Definitely, and that is what we were talking. That Team Lethal Esports are just not playing on side. They are, they are. It seems as if they are playing too much passive, where they always want to go on a retake scenario. But finally, Wire 21 playing on the side right now to make sure that no sort of execution comes in, and if it does comes in, so he is able to get those crucial frags, and so that he gives his teammate a good numbers advantage, even if it goes to a post match scenario.
That's right. We are seeing a 5v5 still intact with no people taken out of any side, and that's impressive. We are almost just 10 seconds into the round, but still first blood hasn't come in. It feels like both our teams are going very cautious right now, and that shows that even our attackers have slowed their rush down.
With that, it's a 5-5 scenario. None of the players are still having, those first bloods, for them. So it's really going to be a very interesting thing to see. But right now, Jet is just doing all the damage on the side of Lethal Esports, and it's going to be Frank who will, give some hand towards those striking as well. He is down to 72 HP, but he is going to take down 2 crucial kills, leaving that a 2v4 scenario completely, very difficult round for Team Ashes to make sure they are able to come back. And also the
Spike planted.
HP is there's not much HP to work with.
That's right. Nasi is gonna get
One
pinched
enemy
into
remaining.
a corner, and then he does manage to take 1 kill, but then gets refragged by Recti Rowdy, and we are seeing a 1v3 situation with Killjoy left alone to fend for the team, but then gets taken out, and we are in a 5-6 situation if the defuse happens on point, which I think it might. It just might. So, well, my prediction already has been called off. We might see a 6-6 coming in. We have just
Last
one round to
round
go.
before the
Let's
switch.
see if we see an equalizer or we see a team trying to lead the other by 2.
Definitely, and with that, Team Lethal Esports, they were lacking with their team coordination, but it seems as if after those final rounds, when they do know that there is going to be a side switch, and there's where the defending advantage is going to be grabbed from the side of Ashes. So that's when they have to make sure that they are winning back-to-back rounds. After a 6-3 scoreline, 6 all looks quite doable, and I think it's really a good advantage for Ashes as well, because even after losing those many rounds, they are just what could go worse for them is just an equalizer scoreline. Here here comes the Hunter's Fury, and with that he's going to take one of the frag. So that's a good opening for them, and that we have seen earlier as well, that the Sova's Hunter's Fury being used at a very early stage, not only gives them a good advantage but also deals with some damage where players are just left on 70 HP.
That's right. We are seeing a 4v5 situation with one of the players being taken out from the defending side already. The attackers are in a lead right now, and they have they have Jet's ultimate online. Recti, however, has taken 2 kills, making it an advantage on the side of Lethal Esports right now. With that kill coming in from YR21 and another 2 kills coming in from the side of Aces, it has become a 2v1 situation with Lee Frank trying to get the man count advantage again, going in for the Hunter's Fury.
One enemy remaining.
We are seeing a refrag coming in from YR21 onto Fiery, and defenders have won the round. This is a 6-6. We are going in with an equalizer. There
Switching
was
sides.
no mistake from any of the team. They have made sure
to
to
the above.
execute it in the way that people just stay on the edge of their chairs trying to comprehend what's going on.
Definitely, and we did see what an amazing, beautiful retake that was from Lethal Esports. Recti Rowdy initially coming up with 2 crucial frags, and with that running back ultimate, he did give those crucial intel. But with that, there was a lockdown being initiated, and after the lockdown being initiated, a counter hunters really to make sure that they are able to deny that possibility to get detained, and that was when Team Lethal Esports were down to 1v2 advantage. YR21 took a very crucial, trade there, because they were not expecting that to happen somewhere down the line. If he was, just diffusing down there, and he could have played on a diffuser playing on a 1v1, that could have been really difficult for them. But with that, now we are seeing a side flip. Already the round has begun, and team, attackers are grabbing a good mid control. Lethal Esports are already down here at the market area, so executing towards side is going to be quite doable for them. But little do they know that Sugar is already here with his Phoenix utilities, and he is going to ding some players with those headshots. But there's when he will be taken down from the opponent team, and we are seeing at a 3v4 retake scenario here, which looks quite in the favor for Lethal Esports.
That's right. We are in a very tight situation from Team Aces. We have already seen a kill coming in by Lee Frank, and now another by Fiery. However, Fiery does get taken out as a refrag, and we are left with Estra left to die to the hands of Fishy Bubbly, making it a round for the attacking side, which is Team Lethal Esports. They have executed pretty well and pretty quickly in the attacking side. I feel like this is their, more well prepared area. Like they're much better fit into the attacking side than they are on the defense, because even though they ran and won like exactly half the matches on that half of the game, they have kind of not executed as flawlessly as they did right now.
And with that, we did saw that they did won that crucial round, which could have gone in the favor for team defenders. And we are seeing an SMG round coming up to a promise out of Lethal Esports. But even after that SMG round being killed, it's going to be those classic pistols which are going to be very difficult for them to play with. Obviously, they did got a good trade in, and there comes a good equalizer as well. 2v4 scenario, they're already urged, and these guys are getting again initiated towards B side. Today we are really seeing that most of those post plant scenario and side executions are being made on B side. So do you really think is that because you are having Astra in play, so those remaining. Astra utilities could really help you get execute?
Not only Astra, but also the angles and killjoy abilities kind of help a lot when you are in site B, because site B is like a little bit smaller than site A and has very few angles to watch out for, because you have the lower side of the area to you, giving all of the area for you to roam around in, with only 2 sites for the attackers to push in from. There is no retake from the back, at least in site B, as there is in A from the Heaven and Hell area.
And we did saw that Team Lethal Esports were looking quite good at the very start of the round. They did lose first burst towards the opponent, but those sheriffs did those specters did end them in
Placing
the.
alarm
But
bot.
right now we are looking again at a buy round, and that too from a defending team. I would really be not shocked if they get a flawless round instead of just winning the round. Team Ashes, and obviously this is going to be really competitive match. Till I'm really not sure that which team is going to be the one who will get that initial first match point.
That's right, we are
Spike
seeing
down
the
A.
first kill, however, going in for the side of Team Aces. Pepper has already taken Killjoy out of the map, and that is a lot of utility loss for an attacking team, because after the plant you do want to go for some of the Killjoy utilities to kind of make sure that you are having enough ability to hold on to the site. But we are seeing the plant has already gone in. This is a post-plant scenario of
Last
2v4
player
with only
standing.
2 people. Actually, just one left on the side of the attacking team who gets taken out by Aces Pepper. Very nice game coming in from Soba for this round, and we are seeing the defending team finally take a win on their side after 2 rounds of loss consecutively from Lethal Esports.
And as we told that we were really expecting not only a win but a flawless round as well. But there's when Suganda, the Phoenix was being taken down. That was a very off-guard angle where he was caught on at the garden area. But with that, we are seeing a 8-7 scoreline and equal by coming in from all the players. All the players are out of all the players from Team Ashes. Most of the players are playing on Phantom, and from the side of Lethal Esports, 3 players will be playing on Mandel. So we can see an equal buy, not only those buy but also those crucial investment on those abilities and heavy armor. So this is going to be really a competitive round that we would really want to know that which team is going to get this round, which team is going to get those crucial advantage. Double player stacked up from the side of Ashes towards mid squad. They do know that mid side is something which is really crucial. But Frozen is going to collect the ultimate of just 2 ulti orbs away to make sure he is getting the lockdown ultimate online, which could really help them in any sort of side execution or a post plan scenario.
That's right. We are in 8-7 situation right now, making it a very close game. We could see either Lethal Esports trying to capitalize on the lead and getting it back from Aces, or we could see Aces trying to come back with an equalizer one more time into this match, which is not new anymore. This is just old news repeating itself. We are seeing so much back and forth happening in this game. I cannot even tell which one is gonna win even so far. However, we have already been in
Turret
15
destroyed.
rounds, and this is the 16th one going on right now.
And
Placing
with
swarm
that,
grenade.
initial
Swarm
kills
grenade
being
out.
made 4v4 का
Placing
scenario
swarm
after
grenade.
already हो चुका है.
Swarm
Frozen
grenade
is using
out.
those spawn grenades to make sure he's able to deny all the
30
possibility angles
seconds left.
where his opponent could pick off it. But on the other hand, that lurk was amazing. Fishy Bobby is going to get executed towards the side of the A, and they are going to be playing at a retake scenario. What an amazing way to get that execution towards A when Frozen was just lurking towards B side, and there's again going to be a problem. If Frozen backstabs them, then Team Ashes are just going to get a very big sandwich scenario for them. The Jet ultimate is also online, the Storm Wave, so this is really going to be bad. But Ashes, free to take down the single guy. It's only 20 seconds left for the defenders to retake, and the pipe is just ticking right now. Rekir already taking that initial kill, but only 15 seconds left for them to defuse the plant right now. They are pitching
player
towards the
standing.
defuse right now. First player is being taken down, but will they be able to maintain the defuse? No, because that's not even halfway defused. Even though all the players have been eliminated, it's gonna be Team Lethal Esports who will be capitalizing on that scenario and will be winning the round towards themselves after getting getting eliminated.
Right there.
That's right. We already mentioned that Lethal Esports is kind of doing the attack side very flawlessly. They did lose 1 round in there out of 4, which is just 25%. So you cannot even hold it against them. They can kind of make a really good comeback right now, because in the starting we saw them trailing behind by 2-1 scenario, and then kind of trying to catch up. A lot of back and forth happening in the first half, but this half seems like they have already aced it.
Definitely, and with that we can see a early ultimate being used from the side of defenders. The Storm Blades were online, but it's gonna be the clone Jet via 21 who will take him down. The Reki Rowdy is, caught very off guard. And is left from 70 HP left, but there comes the spawn grenade. He is down to quite a low HP, and that's not looking quite good for him. But on the other hand, the first
Spike
blood
down
going
mid.
in the favor for Team Ashes. Obviously, numbers advantage is gonna get evened up, but look at those ultimates being online. The run it back, the Stormblades, and obviously the lockdown from the start of Team Lethal Esports, which I really think is a good advantage for themselves.
That's right. We are seeing a 4v4 situation right now with no man advantage gained on either side. We are seeing Sova, however, being really, really low on health when it comes to aces. And we have seen Sova sometimes going in for some really strategic and required crucial kills for the team. And having low HP on him just kind of makes it a little more difficult for the team to kind of push in with. And we are seeing three ultimates online from the attacking side. Lethal Esports might just be able to take this win and go in with their first
30
two-digit
seconds left.
score on the map.
Amazing, kill coming in from the side of Frozen. He took down the initiator himself, and there goes a numbers advantage towards Lethal
Spike
Esports again.
planted.
And that's going to be via 21, just making sure he is able to get all the advantage he could for his team. Back-to-back kills coming for them. Team Ashes are really having a very difficult scenario here. First kill coming from the side of Feeny, who will take down the duelist himself, but it's going to be a 1v1 scenario. Reki Rowdy takes down Nasty right now, and it's going to be Feeny left in a 1v3 scenario. He would want to back off to save that Vandal,
Out of
because
charges.
he
Out
is
of
really
charges.
down to very low creds. We can already see that most of the players are up to 200 to 600 creds, which could really mean that it's really going to be difficult for them to work with those
Recalling my bots.
economy in the further stages of the round if they are just losing again and again. And for now, Lethal Esports, it seems as if they are going to get that double digit advantage, and will be leading with a 7 round lead and scoreline.
That's right. They have already secured three extra rounds than their opponents and might not need many more either. I mean, 3 rounds and the victory is theirs. And how much do they have? They have like 7 rounds to play. So
I
out
should
of
probably
7,
place
they
some
just
stars
need
in the astral plane.
3 to win,
Should.
which is less than half. So they can really execute it pretty easily. The defenders have gone into a timeout, pretty predictable at this moment because they are trailing behind by 3 rounds, and they might want to give their all to the game right now because it's just 3 rounds away from victory for Lethal Esports.
Right there.
Well, this timeout
Right
was
there.
quite necessary, but Team Lethal Esports taking that would obviously want to come up with a strat. They do know that they have four ultimates online, which is the Lockdown, Hunter's Fury, Stormblades, and the Cosmic Divide. So if they get all in execution towards any sort of side, that's not only really going to be helpful for them to get inside a post plan scenario, but also to defend that post plan scenario, because obviously you do know that Cosmic Divide is such an overpowered ultimate. Also does Hunter's Fury. When you do know those shock darts available, you do know those Hunter's Fury, you can't deny the post plant scenario at least by 15 seconds if any sort of defender is coming in for diffuser. But with that, we are seeing the creds is also a point of concern for Team Ashes. Most of the player will be playing on a pistol upgrade and some SMGs upgrade or judge, but that's really gonna be a very questionable buy if they have been going on for a semi by now.
That's right. We did see Judge being really amazing in the map of Bind, but I don't think it's the same case when it comes to Asen because Asen does give you a lot of long angles to peek through, and Judge, as we all already know, is not good for long range fights. That's that's just a mishandled purchase from my point of view. But let's see if they're going to be able to execute on that Judge and actually get some man advantage with the help of it.
The shots are being fired from the side of CT area to deny any sort of side execution, but already all the five players are totally into the side. We are looking at a post-plan scenario with none of the
Spike
ultimates being
planted.
used, which we were really expecting that to happen. But with that, Fishy Bubby is going to get the first kill. He's not going to get the first kill, and back-to-back 2 kill. Amazing love from him at the mid side, and is going to deny any sort of market control. He taken from defenders. Back-to-back 3 kills he has got, and what a way to connect that headshot. Does he know that there is one more player getting executed who has that intel over him? No, he doesn't. For somewhere down the line, Pepper is going to play that classic pistol shots down. He would obviously retrieve a battle, and I really think that Sova and
Got one.
Ninja, instead of playing on a post-plan scenario, they are looking to just
Player
get those exit
standing.
tracks.
That's right. However, we have seen Soa getting being left to deal with it alone, with Killjoy already getting taken out by the attacking team, and they have already taken Sova out as well. This has been another round going into the side of Lethal Esports, making it an 11-7 scoreboard. That timeout didn't really work out well, did it?
that definitely did not. But obviously, I would like to say this that the timeout was being made from the side of team attackers, which was Team Lethal Esports. So I really as we predicted that if they are taking a timeout, they would want to come up with a strategy to make sure that they are going on for a full side execution and make sure that they take full advantage of the semi buy round being happening from the side of Team Ashes. They are all they can lose is just 2 rounds, and then this match is totally in the favor for Lethal Esports. If this round is not being won by them, then it's going to be a match point coming in for Lethal Esports. And with that operator weekend play, I would really expect some first bloods to come in
You
the
should
favor for Team
run.
Ashes.
That's right. We are seeing 4 out of 5, ultimates already online from the attacking side. The attacking killjoy has already gone in for the lockdown, making it like a easy site for the attackers to go in and plant for wire 2-1 is already down into the hell section,
You
kind
want
of
to
making
find
angles
it.
onto heaven, trying to secure all the kills that can be taken before the plant goes in. Cosmic divide has been created, making
Nowhere
isolation
to
on site
run.
A, making it more and more executable by the team. So let's see if they're gonna be able to go for it. Hunter's Fury has been taken out as well. No, none of the kills happen through it, but we are seeing a 4v4 situation. The plant is already in place, and this is gonna be very difficult to retake by Team
Come on, let's
Aces.
go.
Definitely, but for that we are seeing a cosmic divide being played from the side of defenders as well. There comes Fishy Bobby again with a lurk,
Last
and
player
that lurk
standing.
is just having is being so punishable for the side of team defenders. They are going to be taken down again after the first half, as in the second half they just
Match
managed to
point.
win a single round, and after that back-to-back rounds are being won from the side of Lethal Esports, and that's looking quite a nasty play from them. Even after playing at an
Preparing
attack
outside.
sided map, at an attack side, they are just dominating the lobby right now with the side execution and scheme strategy which they have.
That's right. We are seeing them already reaching the match point. It's gonna be just one round out of the remaining 5 that they gotta really win to make this map theirs. And I don't think it's gonna be difficult because the way they are executing on this side, it feels like they might just win it in this round itself. But let's see if we're gonna see any more rounds in this map, or if this one is gonna be the decider, giving the match already to Team Lethal Esports.
Definitely, and with that, we can see Lethal Esports taking that crucial mid control. They're just trying to walk in all over those, mid courtyard to make sure they make an execution towards the side of Catwalk. And there is a very big, huge disadvantage, a big leak from the side of Catwalk because none of the players are even holding it off. We can see both the players, one is at the wine area and one is at the other enemy area,
Nailed
which is
it.
going to be really difficult. First player has been spotted down and he's been taken down as well. They are just, 4 kills away to get that initial, win towards the first match they will be playing towards in the Game Jam Valorant being presented by the PixelScope Entertainment. But there comes a trade, amazing
Spike planted.
back-to-back kills coming in from Frozen, and already we are down to a 2v4 scenario. These are just 2 kills where they are away from
One
getting
enemy
qualified towards
remaining.
the qualifiers. Fishy Bobby again lurking and again being into that catwalk area will take him up. Guarding Frozen, it all falls down to Blink alone, who is in a bulldog right now, and that's going to be quite difficult for him. Turret is going to do some damage, and
Attackers
Turret
win.
was just a bait. It was just
Get out
Fishy
of my
Baby who
way.
wanted to take him out after he hears the shot fires.
That's right. We have seen Team Lethal Esports already winning the match, securing the map for them, and moving on with our tournament into the next round. A really good gameplay coming in from Wire to 1 with the max number of kills, which is 24 on today's map. And also 8 first bloods. That's quite some difference because the person with the second highest number of first bloods has 3. So that's quite some difference that has been created by Wire to 1. However, I was much intrigued by the gameplay of Fishy Bubbly because they did a really good job lurking in the backgrounds and kind of like attacking from the shadow. Really well played and really well executed by Team Lethal Esports. Aces did seem like they were going to take it in the first half, but well, you cannot deny the fact that attacking side has been really strong from the side of Lethal Esports.
And not only that, but in the very start of this round, we did saw that in the first half, Team Ashes were leading with 6-3 scoreline. We were really predicting that they could have had a very good advantage at the second half, but the dominance being created, the mind game being played from the side of Lethal Esports, they left no chance for Ashes. They just confused them by rotating towards A, B, and mid side, and those lurks from Fishy Bubby was quite just out of the play, which resulted quite punishable for the side of Team Ashes. And obviously, the Reds was a big disadvantage for them. Even after in the second half, they did manage to get a single round, but again and again going on an eco round and losing those important buy round. Those were some of those crucial disadvantages for Team Ashes, where Team Lethal not only did a did capitalize on it, but also made sure that they keep a slot for themselves towards the qualifiers in the further stage of a tournament.
That's right. And with that, we will be ending today's stream at another win coming in from Lethal Esports, making making it a very intense match to watch, because it was quite something that we saw. Not a very big difference in score lines, not a very one-sided map. And we're gonna be seeing you tomorrow with another matches coming in for the same qualifiers from PixelScope Entertainment presenting Valorant Game Jam, and I'll be seeing you there. Until then, just stay tuned, stay safe, stay home, subscribe, like, comment, and share, and do see us the next time. Good night to all.